Understanding how to hack cultural gaps can make the difference between success and failure. In this chapter, the author first shows us how toxic environment creates bad leadership. From his opinion, the fuel for toxicity is conflict, not resolution, ego, not humility, self-interest, not service above self, gossip, and innuendo, not truth, social and corporate climbing, not team building. After discussing about the cultural gaps, the author began to talk about hacking the gap between strategy and culture by using the example of Apple. I'm sure everyone is familiar with Apple, the company which manufactures iPhone, iPad, and other technological products. The Apple culture didn't happen by osmosis. It was and is engineered by design. As Steve Jobs was a cultural zealot, he implemented his vision, values, passion into the business model and strictly adhered to. Culture is not something to be managed, but rather something to be led. Hacking the scarcity gap. Leadership isn't, or at least shouldn't be, a scarce commodity. Far too many companies wrongly treat leadership as an historic role reserved for a privileged few. However, healthy organizations realize leadership must be a ubiquitous quality that pervades every aspect of day-to-day operations. They understand every person must lead, even if people are only responsible for leading themselves. They must lead. Hacking the courage gap. It takes great courage to break from the norm, challenge, seek new opportunities, cut the losses, make the tough decision, listen rather than speak, admit your faults, forgive the faults of others, not allow failure to dampen your spirit, stand for those not capable of standing for themselves, and remain true to your core values. Hacking the arrogance gap. A culture of leadership simply cannot exist where egos are allowed to run unchecked. All leaders have blind spots, and blind spots simply pose potential areas of vulnerability. This is probably the most important sector in this chapter. It is a common phenomenon where companies try to another organization's culture rather than create their own. You cannot shortcut the process of creating a culture of leadership by simply copying the aspects of another corporate culture. Create your own vision, stick to your values, hire employees who share your vision and values, do the hard work, and stay the course.